We're ninth in the Sky Bet Championship as we come out of the November international break. We were on a 5-match unbeaten run until that loss to Wrexham. But we've got lots to come in today's show, lots to look back on and to look forward to. Here is what's coming up. We'll look at how we fared in October, as well as the first 3 games of November. We'll hear exclusively from that man, Sonny Carey. And with Saturday's fixture against Southampton, a special game with Panini, we'll take a look back at some of our old stickers. The emphasis on old. We'll come on to that a little bit later on. Delighted to say Stevie Brownie and Kevin Lisbie are alongside me. One man missing, of course. You know who that is. It's Sir Alan Kirbishley. He is on holiday again. Yes, Judith Chalmers is in southern Spain, Alicante in particular. And there he is with Keith Birchin, a former teammate of his, in Spain. Chaps, what a life he leads.
It's good weather, I'm told. Can't wait to tell you, can he?
I was in Portugal last week, and just where I used to live as well. I'd stayed an extra 3 days after working a gig for a couple of days. And let me tell you, to say it rained was an understatement. I'm thinking, this is Northern England, and I was absolutely
Portugal can rain quite a bit, though.
It can, to be fair. It's very sunny, but it can rain a lot as well. Look, chaps, great to see you. It's been a long time. What have you done in the international break, Brownie?
Just worked. Right, in the international break, I've not done a lot of work.
Are they working you hard?
No, not done a lot of work during the international break, I have to
Gav,
say.
what's happening? You're working him too hard. He's moaning already.
No, it's quieting down during the international break. It's been nice, actually, yeah.
And we had a nice round of golf today as well,
We
didn't we?
did, yeah.
How did we come back to win, technically?
It was a good win. It was a good win. What were we, 3 down with? No, 3 down with 4?
3 down with 3 to play.
3 to play?
Yeah.
And we drew and then won the putt-off.
We did.
Yeah. It was a good comeback.
I've never seen Brownie this happy, by the way.
Oh, mate.
He even says he's going to compliment
Honestly,
me later.
I am going to compliment you later.
We'll have to kind of pause in that moment when he does compliment you, Liz. Liz, I mean, it's been a great week for your boys. I mean, let's go there, shall we?
Yeah, well, my youngest finally made his debut. He's 18. He made his senior debut for the first team. Came on for his brother as well. So his brother came off 65th minute, and he came on 65th minute. Got an assist as well. It was against, I think it was Fulham's under 21s, but they were a good team, and it was a good game. They scored 2 in the last 2 minutes. So, yeah, it's good to have all 3 of them playing senior football now. They've had to go the long way. They've also had to come through the non-league journey in the Sunday League and that, so they've earned it.
Any ribbing for one brother with the other, coming
saying,
on for the
fella,
other?
isn't he?
Or?
What's that?
At the dinner table, your 3 sons get a great goal, good finish, well done, Sally. Good video and stuff. For your video and
My oldest one, he works for UEFA.
No, what I actually meant was one coming on for the other. I wonder if there was a bit of stick.
So he's back to his normal self.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think the manager did say he spoke to them both before the game and said that he was going to do that. I think they were hoping to be on the pitch for a little bit together, but listen, they've got a long journey ahead of you. So yeah, it was just nice to see him out there and enjoy his football.
Brilliant, congratulations. It's a long journey before you can score a hat-trick against Liverpool.
Some people never do it.
Long way to go, mate. Long way to go. Should we move on?
please, swiftly, please. Yeah.
Just on the international breaks, how did you find them personally as a player?
Loved them. Loved them.
Did you go away anywhere?
International, and we got to go away, so perfect for me.
Where did you go? What was the most exotic place that you went? Can you remember?
I think we flew out to Dubai. Was probably the most exotic place, but I didn't mind a little trip down Centre Park either because we had 2 young kids. So
they're not so young anymore, are they? What about you, Liz? Then, because obviously you were playing in the international breaks, jetting around the world. Did you love it?
Yeah, until Curbs told me not to go anymore, and then obviously I had a lot of time. Man. No, I think similar to Brian. I think when Dubai was a place a lot of footballers when it was. You get the sun, you get the weather, and it's a great place to be. I think I went to Dubai a couple of times, but other than that, as Brian, I went to Centre Park as well because I obviously had my kids. So.
We did go there as a team. There was about six of us went one year, I think.
That one must have not
took it
got
over.
To that one.
You were too young. You didn't have any of your 4 at that point.
It's a bit like the golf invites that you.
It's coming, brother.
It's
coming. Told.
Anyway, great to see you, and we've got a packed show. By the way, are you warm enough? Yeah, I mean, you look.
His jumpers on tonight. I mean, you've done well because you're quite soft, aren't you?
What do you mean soft?
You weren't happy about that, were you?
You want an arm wrestle or what?
No, not today.
Okay, all right. Let's get on with the show then, shall we? And Liz, look, it's a massive game against Southampton at the weekend. I mean, 2 divisions separated us last season as well, and they've picked up a little bit as well, haven't they? So, how do you see the occasion?
Southampton, despite obviously what's happened this season, I feel a good team, play good football, but I think obviously the fact that they've changed their manager and, as you say, picked up a little bit of results and they look a little bit better, I don't think that's going to affect the way we play. I think we play a certain way despite who comes there and who we're playing. So I think it'll be down to us, how we play our game, how we implement our game, and hopefully we get the result.
You said about enjoying international breaks. I would imagine that Nathan was really glad it came at the time that it did, and we don't yet. I don't know anyway in terms of who's going to be fit or not at this particular moment, but with a lot of injuries that we had, he would have been quite happy the international break was coming.
Yeah, I think the team needed a break as well, because they have put a lot in, and it's predominantly a relatively small squad when you think about what he's used this year. And I felt the Ipswich game was a fantastic result, fantastic performance in the end, but it seemed to take a lot out of us. And we did have those incredible run of 4 away games in 5, a lot of travelling. That game really seemed to take it out of us. And we've done all right results-wise, but if you have a look at the levels of fitness, which we are sort of well known for, you know, in terms of stamina and pressing quite high, we've not quite been able to match it. And we've had injuries on top of it, so I think the break come at perfect time.
That's the thing about the Championship as well.
Yeah,
All it takes is a couple bad results, and then all of a sudden your confidence is down, and you have to pick yourself up. And as Brownie said, you get a few injuries, and the season can just turn really quickly in this division. So I agree with Brownie. I think that came at a really good time, the international break.
Our home form has been incredible, hasn't it? It's actually only 3 defeats in 37 games now. Liz, we've been talking for years on Charlton TV about how important it is to make the Valley a fortress. Are we seeing that now? Yeah,
I think we spoke about it, I think last season and the beginning of this season, there seems to be a togetherness now with the players and the fans and the manager now, and the atmosphere that's created in the home games now seem to spur us on, and we seem to be the players. Sorry, I say we like we're playing still, but the players.
It is weird, isn't it? we feel a part of it, even though we've got nothing to do.
100%. We seem to be reacting to the fans now, and it can be a difficult place to play Charlton if you're not doing well. But if you are, and they get behind you, I think it coincides to us getting those good results.
What do you put the good home form down to, Brownie?
Well, I think we've been incredibly difficult to beat. So there have been games where, excuse me, where we've maybe not performed as well as Nathan would want us to, but because we're so difficult to beat, it's just that one moment. Instead of having to score 2, 3 or 4, you are compact, you're not in the game, and they just keep other teams out. Ipswich would be a prime example. If you look at the first 45, it was just a case of keeping Ipswich at bay because they were dominant, and that allowed us to go on and get the victory. And I think it's more so here. Plus, there's been a feeling of togetherness come together over the last 18 months. The stands have filled out. We've got the promotion, and the fans are absolutely 100% together with this team.
You right there?
No.
I was waiting to see if we could finish it off.
I'm thinking, do I have to step in here at any point? Is he okay?
Well, I mean, you could have stepped in, but you weren't good, were you?
Do you want to? And then I really felt sorry for you.
No, that's all right. I've been like that for weeks.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Moving swiftly on. Look, another bumper crowd with a sold-out away end as well. It really whets the appetite, and a game that's going to be one of the big games of the Championship for sure for this season for us. Okay, look, I mean, it is a huge game, and have a little bit of a Southampton theme to today's show, obviously. In fact, let's drop back into the archive, shall we, and have a look at this game between us and Southampton back in 2003. Kevin Lisbie, do you remember this?
I didn't until Brownie mentioned it earlier. Yeah, of course I do. Every result, every good result in the Premiership, you remember. It's difficult times, and I think I got the second one. Is it 2-1? I think I got the little header. I think Brownie is actually complimenting me on the header.
See this here, right? Watch this goal. I mean, he had that little turn of pace. He drove at people. He got his yard. Gavin Carter will go, "How good was Klaus?" What a pass from Klaus.
But this was Scotty. Scotty could do that. As soon as he turned it on, you couldn't stop it. He was unplayable at times.
Oh, Klaus, he's made the goal.
That was like Palo Di Canio passing to me and then me making that assist. Yeah.
It's a great finish because the timing of the finish doesn't give the keeper time to settle as well. And Scotty had that in his locker.
He had both sides of it. That's what
100%.
made him the player he is.
Yeah.
He could do it the other way. I think you'll see a block in a bit. I mean, that is like, I don't like to give you praise.
We know that.
I think the defender backed off a little bit. I think you were just helping it on to the far post.
It's another great assist by Klaus, isn't it?
Another great assist from Klaus. But Klaus is man of the match by some distance here.
2 great assists. Look,
out
he's
of
there,
10.
Klaus as well.
Look at this delivery. Like, it's on a plate for
Couldn't
Lisbie.
miss him there. Couldn't miss
On a
him there.
plate for Lisbie.
You got
9.6.
It's got to be the right touch, Brownie. It's got to be the right height.
It's a very, very good header.
Go on, Liz. We're past it now, but you can still talk us through that goal. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, Klaus, I think when you play with Klaus, his deliveries, they're quite similar. So I think you just got to make your run into the right areas and hope it comes, and that's what I did. And as Brownie said, it was a what's the matter?
The winning goal turns out to be.
Yeah, you know I'm not all about winning though, Brownie. You know what I mean?
I think you are.
He said that. I think it was the winning goal. I think it was the
I said that
he
at the
knew
beginning,
damn
didn't
well. Well, look, we saw Klaus get 2 assists, and they were amazing assists, I have to say. You know, easy finishes for Scotty and Liz there. But Brownie, look, it brings us round to obviously Klaus being here at the weekend as well, at the Valley as well. I mean, talk us through what's going on.
Yeah, Klaus is bringing over a contingent of people from, I think, his 3rd division club that he's working for. And he's going to do the Q&A on Saturday. He's going to bring all those guests over. We're going to show them the dressing rooms, the tunnel. You know, I shall assist. And Klaus will obviously go on to do a Q&A. But it's just basically, I'm using the EPA to link up with as many former players as I can. And the club is completely and utterly welcoming to everybody and anyone across the globe that wants to come back here and enjoy Championship football. But you know, Klaus is obviously, you know, what I call one of the, you know, and it is sad. I probably wouldn't put myself as, well, I definitely don't put myself in. But Klaus is sort of an A-lister, isn't he? When Klaus comes back, everybody remembers this goal, his time at the club, which was by and large Premier League. I think Curbs probably would say that he felt he left a little bit too early, went to Fulham a little bit too early, and he was probably a little bit upset by that.
Curbs wasn't happy about that, was he?
That's what I'm saying. Curbs would probably say that, but when you know you're losing that talent, and he is a talent, a massive footballing talent, and he was the first player really, I think, that had that little attacking midfield skill to do that, drive past people, leave people on their backside. And he could play those little threaded balls through to our forwards that we probably hadn't had in the quality that Klaus brought with him. But yeah,
he was always looking forward, wasn't he, Klaus?
Always
forward was the first thing. Can he go forward? Yeah. And he used to get upset if people didn't pass it forward.
The top players did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. His first thought was always to go forward, and then even if he got the ball and passed it back, his next pass more than likely would be forward as well.
And we do say this a lot, but he is generally one of the nicest people you wish to meet.
I was going to ask what he's like as a guy.
Oh, just smashing. He loved to bet. Used to bet on raindrops falling down the window, but only, you know, controlled betting. It wasn't outside betting. It was controlled betting. You know, I think we betted once on how many points we get over 4 games, and he was very unrealistic. I'll say that about how many points we were going to pick. I think we were playing Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and he was like 9. You know,
he was super positive.
And you were like 2.
He was super positive, wasn't he?
Yeah, super positive.
Yeah.
And got the ump with you when you weren't super positive. When I said 4, you know, and and it turns out we got 5. So
yeah, he would be disappointed if you weren't positive.
Yeah.
Every game we played Man United and away from Man United, and he'll be like, "We can win this," and everyone's looking around like, "Let's just keep it down." And he's like, "No, we can win this," and it was infectious, wasn't it? It was infectious.
Historically, Klaus, we haven't won this fixture for 64 years. Today's the
day. you need players like that, of course you do. But I know you, Brownie, even from the youth team days.
Brought him back down to realistic.
And actually, you were closer than he was, clearly.
I did win the money. Which I gave to charity, of course.
Shut that out. Of course you did. Look, I mean, it will be a very special Q&A in the club's 1905 lounge. Visit the club website because there will be, or there are still, at this moment in time, tickets available for that. OK, well, we've had a few legends already this season, and what a reception it was for Mark Kinsella as well. What a Charlton legend he is. Let's take a look. Yeah, brilliant to see Kins back at the Valley as well. I mean, I wasn't at the game. Brownie, you obviously were. Just tell us what it was like and how pleased he was to be back here.
Yeah, he was double nervous, incredibly. Yeah, he was really nervous leading up to that point. But yeah, he got the reception he deserved, and you can always tell a hard-working footballer the way they wobble out.
Yeah,
he's struggling with a knee, I think.
Has he had 1 or 2 knee operations?
No, I don't think he's had any yet. I think he's waiting on. But yeah, he enjoyed his day back, as a lot of the ex-players do. I get nice texts sort of the week after, and we sent him all the photos and the videos of that moment. But yeah, he was a bit nervous, Kins, which surprised me. Yeah, he surprised me. But he had a good day, very good day.
Wonderful to see Kins back.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was he was there when I came here and set the standards always, and a bit like class, was really positive in how he approached it. But as a man as well, I think this is what football misses now. I think the next generation, players like that, for young boys coming through, who can set an example and lead away, and someone for the younger pros to follow, which I did. His professionalism was unbelievable, and a major reason why I played for a while as well, because obviously he played later on in his career, and I wanted to follow people like him. If you take care of yourself,
you have to put him in the bracket of value for money. John Robinson, 75,000. Keith Jones, 120, 130, 140. I'm not sure exactly what those curves will be able to tell you, and he was 150. And it's not just the ability, it's the longevity, it's what happened when they came. Yeah. They changed the culture in the building because of their work rate and their ethics and how they went about match days. And he is up there for value for money with Jonesy and Robbo, without any shadow of a doubt. And I'm sure there's other players, and you can tell us other players, but those are the 3 that stick out from my time. Incredible value for money, and good players.
Okay, now from Klaus Jensen to Mark Kinsella to Mark Fish, who has been recently in the UK. Let's take a look at what he's been doing.
We have welcomed the Sonelli Academy in partnership with Mark Fish Foundation to come here down to Sparrows Lane to be involved in training, matches, coach education, and just getting a real feel and environment for kind of what English football and English training is about for their academy players.
We made the approach and recognised what we needed to do to get Mark and the team over, and with a few donations, one being from John Hayes, who kindly donated money from our side anyway, to help us bring 2 teams over from South Africa.
They've been involved in training sessions with us at the Community Trust, and also the 16s have had guest coaching from the academy coaches. They're now in with head of coaching Rhys Williams, which is great for them. We've also played matches against our post-16 college academy and local grassroots football clubs who have come in to support them with matches.
The facilities are awesome, and the boys are enjoying themselves, and the training here is great. The coaches, they so much into detail. They know everything that is happening, from the goalkeepers, midfielders, the strikers and the defenders. So it's an exciting time for us.
So it's been about 6 months in planning. It's been a lot of work with the ex-players group. Steve Brown's been pivotal in working with Mark to bring the group over. But there's been a lot of conversations, a lot of Zoom and virtual calls to kind of get to this situation, really to kind of give these players the exposure of, again, what English football and English coaching's like, but then also maybe to give them the opportunities to showcase their talent, maybe give us some ideas of what kind of talent is out there in South Africa.
There are players littered across the world globally that scouts just can't cover. And it makes sense for the football club just to use any arm or any advantage you can have. So there was a couple of very talented players in Mark's foundation. Both sides were very, very competitive, won the majority of their games. And there were 3 or 4 standout players.
It's been a lovely, lovely week for us. We came all the way to be here at Charlton. We brought in our under-13s and our under-16s. The boys are happy because we've been training and also had some few matches as well. Valley was brilliant. I got myself a nice jacket at the Valley, so that's a lovely place. We saw some of our names that we are familiar with there, like Sean Bartlett and Mark Fish on the board, and the boys were very inspired by that.
It's been a long week for the coaches and myself, but the group have been great. Seeing them train, their enthusiasm, their smiles, their music, their culture has definitely brought Sparrows Lane alive this week.
The training here is at the highest level compared to us. I think we were speaking about this with Mark to say we are far behind.
It's really important that when we bring players over from different parts of the world, we've got groups coming from China, Japan and Canada in the next 6 months, that they get the exposure from the club and the academy coaches. We've got amazing facilities here, so the club have been brilliant in kind of making sure that we can utilise those and give those the players the exposure to those. Hopefully we can talk about this opportunity and bring other players over, but also the ex-players and us coaches going over to those areas and really trying to promote the work that we do as the club grows and grows with the success of the first team.
You know, over the next sort of 12, 24 months, it's my job to reach out to anybody that's involved at a football club internationally to see what we can do with them. And the first one that came up was Mark Fisher's foundation. And so once I made the connection with Mark, it was just a case of what we could do for him and what they can do for us. You think about 300 people who've played for this football club and how you can link up with them, not just globally, but domestically as well. You know, there's a lot to gain from the relationships that we're currently making as I move along and adapt to what the club want me to do.
It's just been brilliant to have them here. They've really embraced us and we've embraced them as well, so it's been a great week.
Thank you guys for offering us this opportunity, and I thank Mark as well, who is a former legend of this club, that we felt at home. These people here are lovely, everyone is smiling, high fives and the greeting and the culture. You can tell that it's a community thing, and I'm so happy about what we experienced here.
Yeah, brilliant. There's some fantastic talent there as well. And Liz, look, I recognise most of the people there. Obviously, there's Wardy, there's Reese, and a few others. Some guy with a grey beard. He had a syrup on, didn't he?
I feel like they just got a guy off the street. And
It's turned into a bad night. I've had to praise Liz for a goal. I know what's coming up in a minute. I've had that interview.
Director Sam has
I don't get it.
there.
That's not what I see. That is not what I see in the mirror. It's just not what I see. It's just, who is that man? Who is that imposter? Who is that imposter?
oh man,
Nice colour coordination as well. Oh dear. Anyway, come on.
And breathe.
Let's move
And
on.
breathe.
Before I get coughing fit again.
you have to go get the bins after as well.
Bins out the back, mate. Who let the bin man in to do an interview? He has no idea what he's talking about.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
Liz, I don't know about you.
Liz,
I don't know about you. I'm crying. Yeah. Go on, let's talk about it, because that is a fantastic, and again, another brilliant thing of what the Community Trust does. But a real community is developing, you can clearly see.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, at my expense, by the looks of it. Anyway, yeah, no, look, it was a great week, and you saw Wardy in there. Wardy was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Works for Jason in the trust, and when you set things up, you need the help of people behind the scenes here, because it's thrown at you. You try and deal with it, and without everyone coming together, these things don't get off the ground. It was initially an idea from Fishy to us. We tried our socks off to get it off the ground, which we managed to do, but it took I did mention there, a kind donation from John Hayes this end to allow Fishy to bring these two groups over. And let me tell you, there were some talented players in there. There really was. You saw Reese Williams in there doing a bit of coaching, which was, the academy helps out with a coach or two. And they played the Community Trust teams across the 3 nights, which they were more than capable of playing against. It would have been lovely if we could have got an academy team to play against, just to test them, because we felt they were that good, that they would give them a little test. But from that springs a trip maybe to South Africa. We're in the motions of trying to arrange that, but these things are not easy to get off the ground. But we've made that initial contact. There's good dialogue between us and Fishy in South Africa, and we'll see where it leads. But as a first trip, it was outstanding. Yeah. And they were, as it says on the video, they were culturally, there was things that you took on board where you went, that is great for kids this end to see. And I'm sure it was vice versa for Sonali and the group. So yeah, I think that's going to pay dividends. I think it's been, as a first go, couldn't have asked for any more.
Yeah, well done to everybody connected with that as well, especially John Hayes, as you said, made a very kind donation as well. I do believe Andy Hunt was over recently as well, wasn't he?
So that's for RZ Alkmaar, and Andy works in the sort of academy section of that, and it was fascinating to listen to him and how they've progressed over the last 15 years, because essentially they went out of business 15 years ago and they had to redo their entire model of how they produce players, because they knew they couldn't compete with the top four over in Holland. So he was basically going through the model of that, how it's come about, how they do it from under nines and the technical work they do, and it was fascinating to watch. Well, it's not for everyone. Not every club can do it, and I'm not sure it would fit our academy, if I'm brutally honest. But to listen to it and digest and watch and learn is well worth the visit.
And Liz, final one on this. Just great to see so many former players interacting, isn't it?
Yeah,
with all this.
You're talking about the names Brownie's reeling off as well. These are like, without being disrespectful, these are proper legends of the club who have had massive input into the club's history. And the reason we're sitting here today and the club's doing so well and we have these stadiums and the fans is due to these players that came here and were consistent with keeping us in the Premiership, performing and putting their bodies on the line for this club. So these are not just teammates, these are our friends, they're part of who we are as well. So when they do come over, I think it's important that everyone turns out and shows their support. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
We should always embrace the past, but let's bring it back round to the present, shall we? And what a month of October it was. We covered Preston's defeats in last month's show. Then it was the October international break. And then after then, it was absolutely superb. Wonderful form. A win over Sheffield Wednesday. And then a wonderful victory over Ipswich Town, which, Brownie, you have to say, that was a real statement win against a side that, OK, haven't really been nailing it in the Championship, what we'd expect from the start of the season, but to go there and win in the way we did, that was a statement win, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we had to soak up a lot of pressure. They started the game very, very well. It's a Tuesday night, they had a full house, and if that goes in, it could be a different night. But it didn't, and do you know what? To a man, that group defended like this meant everything to them, and actually, to their detriment, it probably took an awful lot out of them. You know, there were a few bruised bodies after this. But this moment here changes it. It's early into the second half. He picks up, it's a poor header from their centre half, but that's not his problem. It's the positivity, it's the pace he drives at. He backs him up into the box. So by the time Sonny Carey pulls it from right to left and takes his shot, it's 15 yards out. But it set us on our way. And this happens just 2 or 3 minutes later, and that's kind of game over. It sucked the life out of the home fans. Sorry, that's the Kelman shot. But there is a second goal coming quite quickly, and it just sucked the life out of the atmosphere. The home fans were dead, and we went on to get a third. But it was all off that platform of the first 45, where I thought Ipswich were very, very good, but they just couldn't break down a very resilient defence.
Yeah, I mean, less than a year ago, they were beating what would become later in the season the club world champions, Chelsea. And yeah, we go there now and get a really good win. And again, Liz, in terms of, that's a perfect away performance, isn't it? You're under pressure, you be resilient, and then you go and win it later on. Yeah,
I mean, if I'm not at the games and I'm watching Charlton play, you look at the results all the time, and at half-time, it seems to be 0-0, but you sort of know that we come good second half. We become stronger, and teams get a little bit, I don't know if we're a lot fitter than every other club, but we seem to come really well second half. And this game, I actually watched the second half of this game, and I didn't see the first half, but when I looked at the second half, I thought we were much better than them second half. We looked stronger. They didn't look like they were going to score second half, as far as I'm concerned. And we had a few counter attacks that we looked really dangerous and really good for Miles to get his first goal. And so important for him and the club that he gets a goal, and to do it there, an occasion like that, is really good for him and the club.
Yeah, great to see Miles on the score sheet. An absolutely fantastic win. Go on, we're going to say something?
Well, we've been pumped 6-0 and 4-0.
Yeah.
Previous two results. So to come, I don't think anybody was expecting too much from that result. It was a fantastic night by the time the final whistle went. It was really good.
A late draw with Hull followed, and then this, in what was a fantastic goal from Sonny Carey in the 6th minute of stoppage time to secure what would be a big, big win over West Brom. Brownie, just how important would you say that goal was?
Massive, because as you can see, look at the difference it makes. And do you know what? A 0-0 would have been quite respectable, but the difference that makes, and I think I said it in commentary, the difference it makes to everyone's weekend. The players, fans, staff, you've suddenly popped another 3 points. I think I don't know where we popped up to in the league, but we were suddenly in the top 6, I think, after that game potentially. The atmosphere in the ground, everyone going away from that ground, absolutely buzzing. So that finish, doesn't matter how late they come, doesn't matter how you get them really. It's 3 points and a clean sheet and a 1-0 win, and it was a big win as well.
I think it's one of those games as well. Second half especially, I thought they had 2 or 3 good chances, and maybe should have scored and didn't. And then you think to yourself, right, we'll take the draw, considering how well West Brom were playing at the moment. And you think, look, we'll take that and move on. And then, as Brownie said, it's not the first time we've scored late goals, and it becomes a good habit. It becomes a really good habit, keeping clean sheets and scoring late goals. I know it's nothing you don't want to rely on, obviously, late goals, but you sort of feel that that's how our season we're going to be. I think you sort of think, right, we'll defend well and get our late goals. But I watched that game and I thought we was quite fortunate. But it's a good habit to have to score late goals.
I mean, brilliant scenes at the end, you have to say, and I also think it's fair to say Nathan quite enjoyed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because you've got to be careful, innit? You've got to be careful getting out there.
Yeah, but look, if there are look, we all 3 of us know it's hard to get success, and it's hard. Like you have to. I wish I'd enjoyed the wins more. I wish I'd enjoyed the success more, because there's enough people trying to kick your teeth in when you're down. There is, and there's enough negativity around you. So do you know what? When you have a chance to enjoy yourself, I can only say I wish I'd enjoyed the wins more, the successes more. Didn't make enough of them. So fill your boots.
Listen, I'm totally with you. I mean, you look at this generation now, and you look at when they do score goals, it goes on for like 2 or 3 minutes now, innit? Yeah, a point like, come on, ref, like, do you know what I mean?
We were getting whistled to back the other way, like curves, weren't we?
But I'm with Brownie. I fully appreciate it. Like, who knows when your next goal is going to come? Who knows when your next win's going to come? So I'm fully for it as well, and it's good to see him actually enjoy it with his team, because, as I said, it was a late goal and they deserved it.
I also think as a manager as well, the amount of work that goes in, where we, as players, we train, we go home. You've experienced it all, Brownie, to be fair to you, but as a manager, all the work that goes in behind the scenes, and then you're reliant on other people. So then to get that last minute win, I think absolutely.
It shows where he is in the squad as well, isn't it? The fact that, I mean, we would imagine picking curves like that, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, so it shows how close they are, or we are as a club at the moment, and how close the players are, and how what they think of him. I think to actually celebrate, you could run off in the corner by themselves, but to do it with the manager is I think it's really good touch.
Curbs' calves wouldn't allow him to get up there.
He would be punching everyone trying to get him.
Well, he'd certainly be stretching after that anyway. Well, look, Sonny Carey was our match winner that day, and our very own Charlotte Richardson has spoken to him earlier today.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here alongside Sonny Carey, scaling new heights here in an interview that you'll get to see very, very soon. Sonny, just quickly though, let's reflect on what an amazing start to your Charlton career. Back-to-back Player of the Month awards, voted for by the fans. That must make you feel on cloud 9.
Yeah, it does. You know, I'm very, very appreciative for those awards. You know, they're really good to get recognition from the fans. You know, the people who come down and support us week in, week out. So yeah, it was very good, and I felt very proud when I got those.
You've started every game in the Championship under Nathan Jones, and amongst all of those starts as well, played in slightly different roles and different formations. You've showed such versatility. How much are you enjoying playing under the manager?
Yeah, I think I've said before in a previous interview, this is, you know, the happiest I've been in my career, the most I've enjoyed my football. You know, the training day in, day out, like you said, playing in every game in a few different positions. But you know, as long as I'm playing, it doesn't, you know, bother me what position. I'll give 110% wherever I'm playing. The
guys in the studio will certainly know as well, when a player is happy, that is reflected on the pitch. And I'm sure one of the happiest moments so far, and there's been a fair few in the Charlton shirt already, was when you scored the goal of the month against Ipswich. A Norwich City boy scoring with all your friends and family there. Talk us through the goal and the moment it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a great moment up there. I've had a few good moments this year, but that's right up there for me. Yeah, I just remember, I think the ball had gone long and I got knocked down, and I've sort of, you can see on the video, I've checked to see if there was anyone there, and I was by myself. It was just me, and I think Chaz was up there. And I just thought, I'm just going to go at him, and you know, that was the one thing in my mind when I realised that it was me by myself. You know, I just thought, I'm going to go at him, try and, as I'm sure everyone knows, I love to shoot, so I thought I'm going to try and shift it, you know, one way, get a shot off, and then, like you said, having all my my family, my mum, dad there, all my, you know, my auntie, my uncle, they were there as well. So it was a great moment.
It was poetry in motion, and what made it even more special was our cameras caught you celebrating with the crowd. But if you're scanning closely, your mum is right there looking, beaming with pride. And I understand that she's captured that moment and it lives proudly at home.
It is, yeah. I got a message, I think 2 or 3 days after. She sent me a photo. She's got it on a canvas in the wall. But yeah, it was, you know, those moments are priceless. You know, that's why we play football, you know, for moments like that. It was a great team performance, you know, to win 3-0 away at Ipswich. You know, not many teams, you know, do that to them, and to have all my family there and my mum and dad involved in celebrations, it was unbelievable. Proud
parents and a proud fan base. They're loving you, thriving in red and white, and we just spotted the Valley out there.
We did, yeah.
And it's going to be packed on Saturday for the visit of Southampton. Huge club, going to be tough opposition, but I imagine it's the kind of challenge that you and the boys are relishing, especially after the international break.
Yeah, definitely. I've said before, you know, there's no easy games in the Championship. You know, you look at all the teams in the league, none of them are easy. They're all tough, and I think, you know, Southampton, I think they've just got rid of their manager, so they're going to be, you know, full of energy and things like that. But you said, you know, we're going to have a big crowd over there at the weekend, and we're all looking forward to it.
It's set to be our biggest in the Championship so far. So as if anyone needs any encouragement to buy a ticket, what words would you say to them to make sure that they're there?
Be there.
Be there. Great stuff, Charlotte. Thank you very much. Great to hear from Sonny there as well. And the interview in full will be on the club's YouTube channel later on this week. And Brownie, he really is the man of the moment, isn't he? What for you does he do so well, and how does he do it so well?
Energy, tempo, pace. You know, if you think about what Nathan said when he first walked in this building, was, I'm going to give you a team that's going to be proud of, that will press high, will try and win the ball back in the final third. You need energy and pace to do that. He's not the most creative 10. He won't thank me for that. But what he is he's a ball of energy, and he never stops running or working. Like, of all the players in the last, say, month, where we've had periods where, you know, we haven't been able to do what we want to do as a team, just purely because of the run of games we've had, how quickly they've come about, injuries we've picked up. He's the one, I think, that just somehow finds another 10% out of himself to go and press a ball, to go and win a challenge, to go and drive at the Ipswich backline and finish. So that's what he brings to the team. Absolute ruthless stamina that doesn't stop from minute 1 to minute 90. You know, if there's a ball to be chased down, closed down, he will try and go and do that for you.
Liz, Brownie loves the pressing, the energy, the tackling as well. I'd imagine you like the goals.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention his Ipswich goal. I don't all the other stuff I'm not concerned about, but as a number 10, I think, as Brownie said, that prime example of what he's about is that goal. He drives at pace. He everything he does is with at pace and intentions as well. He had clear intentions that he was going to get in that box. He's moving at a pace. He knew what he was going to do. He's just going to shift it as soon as he got that defender on his back foot, and it's not an easy finish. It's not on his left foot as well, coming in at that pace. And I think it sums him up and how he plays the game. And 5 goals is important to this team at the moment.
May his form and his goals continue throughout the season. Right, time for a dip back into the archive now then. Brownie, we saw Liz scoring a crucial goal. You know what's coming in, didn't you? Against the Saints. What memorable moment from your career do you think that we've been able to dig out? Let's have a look at this, shall we? Charlton 1, Southampton 1 from 2000. Both Brownie and Liz started. Do you remember this game, Liz?
I actually don't remember this game. I must have been really young, especially when I was playing with Brownie. But from what I do remember, I think we had a sending off. I'm not sure if we...
A sending off?
I think we went down. I think we went down, man. I think
okay.
Made it a little bit more difficult for us.
It's not like Glenn Hoddle's players to do this either.
Do what?
Diving around
so
and
Brownie,
faking
do you want to take over here? Because you tell us about the game.
Scotty. I don't remember much about it. No, I just remember.
Because you weren't on it for too long.
No, I mean, look at that, nice and tight, great little. I mean, that's a good challenge. What's going on there? Who is it? Who's gone down?
The issue is, I think, Brownie, is the fact that you've already got a yellow card. Me personally, I think you stay on your feet. All you do is just get close to him and shepherd him back towards his
Gaffer
own.
wanted me to win first ball up, Liz. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
win the first ball
you
up.
can't win that.
I did win it.
No, you didn't. You kicked him.
Look, I'm telling you now, I've won that ball up. You wait till you see it slow down. I've won that ball.
You don't actually have to just win the ball. If you get the man as well, that can be deemed as dangerous.
Right, here we go.
Let's have a
little look. Read it, yeah. Little dive in front. Here we go. Oh yeah, no.
You never touched
no,
the ball.
didn't touch the ball, but didn't touch him either. That was the thing.
You just told me you
I
won
wanted
the
to
ball
appeal
then.
that. Yeah, I couldn't remember it. I told you, my memory on football is disastrous. But I do remember.
Liz, what would you?
Who was the 11?
What would you?
Who was the 11?
Uwe Roslu went down.
Yeah. The complaint was didn't touch him at all.
So, Liz, all I'm thinking of, what would Stevie Brownie, the pundit, say about that tackle?
Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. Don't lunge. No need to challenge. He's going back towards his own goal.
Was I an aggressive player?
Yeah.
You take that out on nothing.
What?
Take that out on nothing.
So you're saying that tackles because you're aggressive?
You can't change me, Kev. Well, if you're going to put me in, I've got to go and win that first ball up, Kev.
I think you're a liability to the team then. If
I see you've had no shots on target again.
As an assist, isn't it?
That's JJ.
No, I think if you look back, I think I'll flick it onto him.
Johansson saves the day.
So are we saying JJ's basically saved your bacon?
Oh yeah, and got me a little. I've got appearance for half an hour. I've got my bonus. Got a draw bonus.
The secret assassin.
So these lot deserve. Who's that? That's Kinsella through, isn't it?
Oh, you must have put Ali Hunt on for me. I must have
and did you, in all good faith and integrity, take that money and say, right, I'm going to take that home, or did you give the money to charity?
No.
Or?
2 young kids, wife. That was coming straight home. Straight home, and no apology.
Do you remember what Curbs said at all?
He wouldn't have talked to me for days. He was a bit of a sulker, Curbs. Yeah, he held a grudge.
Yeah.
So that was.
To be honest with you, on a yellow card, making that tackle. If I'm a manager,
Kev,
no, I've got.
I didn't touch him. Right, he should have got sent off for the dive.
I've not even said.
He should have got sent off for simulation. Uwe Rosa would. No, I can't say that word. It might be liable, but that was, simulation.
Professional.
Simulation, Scotty. And VAR
Clever.
would have overturned that.
For me, if I'm a striker and the defender's on a yellow card, and he's diving in like that, I'm going to go down. So if the ref gives me a yellow, gives me a yellow for diving, but there's a chance I could get you sent off.
I'm taking it back.
Do you know what? I could let this go for a
rubbish.
long time. But
my head was rubbish.
Okay, back to this weekend's game against Southampton. A special theme to the match day to celebrate the launch of the new EFL Panini sticker book. And Panini will be at the Valley, and there'll be plenty going on, a number of giveaways as well. Either of you ever sort of collected stickers at all?
I've had a Panini before.
I do collect Panini, Scotty, but not stickers.
Not a sticker, mate.
Okay, this gives us a chance to take a look back at as we said earlier, Panini stickers from back in the day. Let's start with Brown Dog, shall we? Oh. Look at that barnet.
What do you mean, oh? Yeah, I tell you what. Look at the eyebrows. I mean, they're beauties, aren't they? They're absolute slugs.
It doesn't get better for you, does it?
No. Look. The beauty of that is, I've rocked up, they've told me to put a shirt, and I've put a shirt on, and I've had my photo done. You're going to see something in a minute where someone's taken at least an hour to look like he looks.
I know where you're going with that one. By the way, I forgot to say, in the game that you got sent off, that's the first time I've ever seen you wear a top that is too big for you. You normally,
wrap them in tight. Yeah.
Anyway, now although Curbs isn't here, we do have a Panini sticker of Sir Alan Curbishley. Look at him.
Oh, look at that machine.
The sun's in his eyes there, isn't it? Machine. Still got the barnet.
The wind blowing as well. His hair's all over the place.
Wind's blowing.
Yeah.
How's Ginge fallen for that?
If he's watching from Spain, we should try and ask him to text us in what he thinks of that one. Okay, next up, it's a 16-year-old Scott Minto. Let's have a look at this one then, shall we?
2 hours took him to get like
Look at that.
On a serious note, how long did it take you?
Look at his hair.
Do you think that took me any time with a hair like that?
That's definitely been sprayed with a lacquer of some sort.
You must have curled that yourself.
How old are you, lacquer?
That's how old. That's got to be 35 years old.
That's nearly 40 years ago.
Yeah.
What was you doing? You did that yourself?
My hair did all sorts then. I just, it doesn't do anything now.
Auditioning for a boy band.
Yeah, you would have got in as well.
So what do you reckon, Liz? Happy with those Panini stickers? Yeah. Who got the thumbs up? Who got the thumbs down?
Oh, mine's standard. That's how I turn up everywhere. So. It's no different whatever I do. You saw the interview.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
I
like you and Kirk this one, but I'm not gonna say who I don't like.
Okay.
But I do like you and Kirk as well.
No need to say that. Obviously, you were too young for the Panini stickers back in the day, Liz. By the time people were collecting your stickers, there was a different provider and that. So let's look at another photo that we had.
What is that one?
Yeah.
How's that got in? How was that got in there? How was that got in there?
In fact,
in both
the
camps.
rumour is he's through the tunnel doing Leyton Orient TV after this one.
I'm still spending that money.
When we did the Charlton TV preview at Wembley, we had to wait for him to do the Leyton Orient one.
6 shows he did that day.
Hey, we
honestly,
won.
you got double, triple
we
bubble
did,
that day.
We won.
Kept a clean sheet, won the game.
It's only funny now because we got promoted.
Do you know what? He'd have said we won either way.
Either way.
Either way. Anyway, great to see some of the old stickers and that, and we're looking forward to seeing the 25-26 version at the Valley on Saturday. Okay, now back to this season. Nathan Jones' side will be going into Saturday's game on the back of a much-needed international break. My voice is going now. Excuse me. Just going through the list we've had of the injuries in terms of Matty Godden, Josh Edwards, Amari Bell, Reece Burke, Charlie Kelman. And then at Wrexham, Miles Lieburn had to pull out in the warm-up with an injury, while Nathan Jones revealed afterwards that James Bree played through injury and Lloyd Jones and Kane Ramsey played through illness. We touched on it earlier, Brownie. I mean, but it really has come at a good time, hasn't it, the international break?
Yeah, perfect time. We'll see when Saturday's lineup's announced how much that time has helped the players. But I think Lloyd and Kane were, wearing masks because obviously they weren't well. They didn't want that to spread throughout the team. Yeah, I think Bree is suffering with a slight sort of knee problem, but hopefully the 2 weeks has got him over that. And I honestly don't know what's happened to Miles. I don't know what's led him to pull out in the warm-up. I've no idea. But it just shows how stretched we are as a group. And I think he's been really unlucky as a manager in terms of where it's centre half. And one of the centre halves has been playing wing back, filling in for a wing back that's injured. So it's come across that back line, and it's 3 crucial injuries to 3 crucial players. And it doesn't matter how much strength and depth you add. If you get 3 in and around the same area, it's gonna stretch the squad, as which it has. But I do think they needed a rest.
Liz, we all played through injury and illness at some point. It's almost 50% of our career. We probably had something. What was it like for you?
I think once you get on that pitch, I think it's irrelevant what your injury is. If you're fit enough to be on there and contribute, you may not play at 100% all the time, but if you're 70, 80, I think that's good enough to contribute to a team, and you can't use that as an excuse. I think the Championship, I think the manager would have known this league is a tough league, and you're going to get injuries, especially the way we play. So I think it's about utilising the squad, and as Brandy said, unfortunately, it's the injuries that we've got in the positions that are going to affect us a little bit more than the actual numbers of injuries that we've got. But I'm sure he won't be using it as an excuse, and it's the Championship, and games will come thick and fast.
And you look like you're injured in every game. No, I'm only joking. Stevie Brown never let you
funny
down.
enough, I was just about to lead on to managing your own body, though, Scotty. So I was taking tablets, icing down the knee from 23 years of age onwards. So I couldn't go out for the cool downs at the end of the game. I had to have an ice pack strapped at the back, ice pack strapped at the front, and a tablet. And that's the only way I could keep the swelling down if my knee was playing up. It's about managing your body, knowing what's good for you, what's bad for you, and working along those lines if you want to extend your career. I mean, I could have done more. That's the sad reality. I think the
information went there.
Yeah, it wasn't the same as it is today. Absolutely not. Nothing like today. But there's other stuff that, I mean, I used to play tennis all the time. Like, mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got cruciate ligament injury at 18 years of age, which went wrong. Repair came in from America. That I was out 18 months. And that used to swell up all the time. Tablets, icing
It's just
downs.
about preparing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
These players.
You find a way.
Yeah. Once you train, you're then preparing for the next session. Once you've played, you're preparing for the next training. So I think, look, they've got enough, as I said before, they've got enough information now that the players can take on board that I'm sure will set them in good stead for the whole season.
If only Thierry Henry and Robbie Fowler knew all that about you, they'd have
It would have done me a favour, Scotty.
If you could let him out the pocket, yeah, or not? He's still.
Well, Thierry let me off that day, I have to say.
Anyway, let's swiftly move on. While the Annex have been very solid defensively this season, and after talking about midfielders last month, Brownie, is it time to give Lloyd Jones his flowers, do you think? How good has he been this season?
Yeah, he's been outstanding actually, and I think he's really stepped up to the plate over the last 18 months. I think playing in the back three helps. I think he's a very good central defender in the three. He's a good leader. He likes to attack the first ball up, and he's done it very, very well. The one that stands out for me, where I thought, right, this guy's improving no end, and he's taken it upon himself, was Kone in the Wickham games. In the league game when we dumped him at their place, and in the two semi-finals, he really did step up the plate and win that battle every single time he played against Kone. And Kone's a decent player. He's popped off to QPR and shown he's a championship striker. So, yeah, look, he's having a very consistent last 18 months where he's improved across that 18 months and fully deserves all the accolades and recognition he gets.
Yeah, OK, now speaking of defensive solidity, we have to move on to the Women's Super League 2 table toppers, Charlton Athletic women. Brownie, and they have conceded just 3 goals in 9 league games, which at any level is remarkable. When you think of where they are, though, even more so.
Yeah, and they've got the 4-point gap over Birmingham, who have, I'm guessing, I'm told, have spent a lot more money than we've got available to us. They beat Brighton in the Cup, which is no mean feat. You know, I think Brighton went on and thumped somebody on Sunday 4-0. So that was an incredible result as well in the Cup. So yeah, I think we've said about Karen's been building, and the women's team changes every summer. It rebuilds every summer. It's not an easy job to do when you're recruiting in the second league. So, you know, it's lovely to see there's 2 automatics and a third through the playoffs, of which we put ourselves in a fantastic position at this moment in time to get one of those automatics. It's done a superb job.
Yeah, well, we're 7 points clear of third at the moment. So, do you think this is the year?
Yes, it's massive that it's 2. I think it's only fair as well. And I think as long as we keep this run going, we might not necessarily get that first place, but I think to secure that second place and do what we want to do as a club is to get promoted. So however that comes, it comes. But yeah, every time I seem to look at our results, we seem to be nicking a bit like the first team, the men's team at the moment. 1-0s, 2-1s, don't concede many goals and seem to be quite secure at the back. So long may it continue.
Absolutely. Karen Hills' Addicts. Next up at the Valley, December the 21st for the visit of Nottingham Forest. So get the tickets if you possibly can. OK, Charlton Athletic Community Trust celebrated their annual CACT Awards ceremony at the House of Lords last month, hosted by Lord Michael Gray. The awards celebrate the organisation's wide-ranging community programmes across South East London and Kent, and they also recognise the achievements of its participants, staff and partners over the last year. Let's take a look back at what was a very special evening at Westminster.
This club is so special because the support for the CACT, for the Trust, is just magical. And the work they do and the stories we're hearing. Asmina's story, she's going to be introducing me. These are amazing stories, and this is the 5th year we've done it here at the House of Lords, and I hope we'll be doing it for many, many more years.
It's been amazing, like more than a dream come true. Like, I can't believe this has happened to like little Asmina. Yeah, I felt so like comfortable up there and so honoured to be here today to speak and share my story.
To hear those individual stories and to hear the difference it's made to someone's life. So Asma's experience was really, really powerful, and you actually sit back and you reflect and you think, okay, this is actually transforming individuals. And of course we heard a few stories tonight. There's thousands of stories that we could have heard, and that's what's so powerful.
I am feeling so happy. I am very excited. I'm so proud.
You think you know everything about Charlton, and then you come to events like tonight in Westminster and you see some amazing stories of how the impact is really benefiting the community in South East London. Incredible. Congratulations to all the award winners. And you know, I was just saying to Jason a moment ago, we had one of the Scottish teams down this week in Parliament, and even they knew about Charlton's athletics, community work north of the border, and it just shows you how strong that reputation is across the country. You know, Charlton, when it comes to the community, are really leading.
I'm proud that Charlton recognise and they recognise the people in the community and they give them an opportunity. So I definitely think I'm in the right CCO at the moment.
That it's emotional, but it's just quite phenomenal what the work. And we on a Saturday, we like to change lives. We like to make things better and make people happy, stuff, but this is another level. And when you hear some of the stories, and I mean, it's truly phenomenal what Jason, what the community trust do, and as I said, but it's just part and parcel of us as a wonderful football club, and that is a massive thing.
The work of football club charities is underestimated. I don't think enough people understand what goes on across those football club charities, and the work of Charlton Athletic is outstanding. You know, £7.6 million worth of committed community spend just this year. Every pound invested into the work of the trust generating £11 worth of social value in that community. You know, why wouldn't more people invest in the work of charities like Charlton Athletic?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The work of Charlton Athletic Community Trust will be celebrated at the Valley against Southampton on Saturday as part of the CACT Community Day. There'll be a parade of participants and staff showing off the wide range of CACT's life-changing work. And you can help make a difference by donating to CACT and supporting their brilliant work by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. Okay, let's talk about Loan Watch, shall we? We'll come on to Micah and Bick a little bit in a minute or so, Liz. But Brownie, I want to ask you about Daniel Kanu first. Yep. I mean, he's continued to score goals as well, which is just brilliant for his development, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, you know, the loan move for him at this stage of his career was a perfect move. I think we've discussed this before. You know, and I don't really think it matters too much where you pitch them, as long as they're playing men's football. You know, and don't expect too much of them. Just because they've dropped down from a League One to, let's say, national conference, don't think they're going to score 15 goals. They need to go and get men's football and play consistently, have a crowd around them. You know, so if you make a mistake, they're on top of you. You know, now you adjust to that mistake and how that affects you mentally. All those things that build your profile as an individual, and it's not playing at sort of Dartford in the 21s. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a professional footballer. But to move on your development, you've got to get the jeers, you've got to get how important 3 points is, how important your 90-minute performance is, how important your role is within the team. You know, and watching Daniel go up to there and perform well and score his goals is just another stage of his development. You know, he's still got work to do, I'm sure, when he gets back here. But I think all the loan signings that we've sent out, I think Asimwe's done brilliant at Wimbledon as well. I think they've just tailed off results-wise, but he's done well. You've got Kahim down at Crawley, in Bix at Colchester, you know, and they need to get out and play men's football. They really do. I think it's important.
Some positive news as well of long-term contracts for academy starlets Alan and Wamba and Keenan Goff as well. And, you know, talk us through the merits of these two, starting with Alan.
Yeah, well, Alan's a big, muscular, strong central midfielder. He's 18 years of age and he has had the odd occasional performance in the first team. I think he's come on a sub once or twice, but again, very much in the development stage. Probably going into next season, you've got to be thinking about loaning Mwamba out. But in terms of Keenan Goff, he's not gone out on loan yet. He's a centre half that's been converted into sort of like a sitting central midfielder. Watched him a few times. Really intelligent footballer. Sees a pass, can deliver, you know, that pass in a split second. And I think we saw him on one of the goal of months breaking into the box. I think it was down at Brighton maybe, but he broke into the box and scored a goal, you know, and Keenan, I think's got a bright future. But it's like I say about all kids when you watch them. You know, you can say they've got a keen future, it's on them. They've got to take all the information they receive, all the moments they have, and they've got to break out. They've got to make that moment, and they've got to take control of their careers and go for it. You know, but they're both promising prospects.
Absolutely. And we mentioned about the importance of rest in the international break. Well, it's not rest if you are an international, and you have to say, Liz, an international debut for Connor Coventry as well, which would have been a really, really proud moment for him.
Yeah, I mean, playing for your country is an honour in itself. The pressures for playing with your country is completely different.
Tell us what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, when I played for Jamaica, for some reason you go over there and you think you're going to just play another game, but you're playing for your country. The pressure of the country, the weight of the country is now on your shoulders against another nation to ensure that you make it into the World Cup. These are massive pressures, and I think it helped me with my professional contract, my professional career as well. Being able to, as Brownie said, handle those moments, the big crowds, the weight of the nation on your shoulders. If you can do that and you can transfer that into your club football, you'd have a good career.
It's been some week for the Irish, isn't it? So it's great for Connor to be part of that.
So they've had 2 brilliant results, haven't they? And that win against Portugal set up the next win. But yeah, I mean, he's got some big shoes to follow there in terms of Kinsella and Holland, and you know, I'm pleased for him. You know, he's a consistent player. You know, and he loves his football, and he's been a great signing for us.
It's good though. These boys have been actually playing for Charlton and been watched from Charlton. They're now playing for so they're not going unnoticed in terms of playing in the Championship as well. So it's a good platform, and I'm sure other players will look at that and think actually we could play for our national team if we're here as well.
There's a profile aspect to it as well. You know, it's good for us as a football club. Our players are now starting to get in the national side. It's good for Connor, an individual, breaking into a international team. So it's a good profile as well.
And just combining the Loan Watch with the internationals as well, we'll go to Charlton TV's Colchester United scout as well. Kevin Lisbie.
I've got to do an invoice for that as well.
I need to talk to you about some invoices.
on Micah and Vic. So tell us about his progress.
Yeah, I was speaking to Brownie about him earlier. I truly believe he can go all the way. He's got everything. He came on the other day. I know he played for
under-20s for England, got an assist.
Yeah, but then he bopped off to Walsall on the Saturday, and he was on the bench for Colchester as well, and came on for half an hour. And he looks like a player. He looks like a real good player. He's intelligent. He understands the game, uses his body really well. He's got the goals as well. At 18 years old, and for me, he's going to be someone who I think will come back here and eventually play for this club.
How much potential do you think he has?
Yeah, I think we watched some clips, didn't we, recently? And what I would say is the power and physical strength he was getting in front of senior professionals, holding them off, bullying them a little bit, holding the ball up and bringing in, and with intelligent passing, bringing in the midfield. So, look, he's still really young, 18 years of age, lots of development to do. Yeah, it's just a case of us making sure that we're talking to the Cowley brothers, and they need to be giving us feedback as well from what they're finding about him as an individual. It's not all about, you know, the ability on the pitch. There's things that happen off the pitch that you've got to take care of as well, and we need to make sure that the attitude towards training is great every day, because that is a key factor for me. It's not, you know, you don't wake up Monday to Friday and it just works on a Saturday. You know, Monday to Friday gears you up to perform well on a Saturday, and we've got to make sure we're on top of that. And like I said, and Vic's got a brilliant opportunity here to grab a professional career, you know, by the horns and go for it. He's got the ability for sure, and he's got that physical strength and power, hasn't he?
I've never seen an 18-year-old as strong as him. And as Brownie said, use his body to his advantage. Yeah. Not only strong, he doesn't mind the contact, quite clever with it as well.
Yeah. That's some statement. Well, he played for the England under-20s. We talked about Connor as well with the Irish. And talking of internationals, big game for Jamaica coming up.
Yeah. World Cup qualifier. We've got a few boys over there. Yeah. Brownie, I'm sure you're aware of this.
Game. I'm aware of who's over there.
No, aware of the game as well.
I wasn't aware of the game. Liz, I didn't even know England were playing last night. So, you know, you'd lose me on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it sums you up a little bit. But it's a massive game. If we win, we go to the World Cup and everything that goes with it for the country. Obviously, the things that have happened to the country in the last couple of weeks, this will be a real boost. This will make a massive difference to the country. If they get to the World Cup, everything will be forgotten. All the houses that they'll be partying for months all the way leading up to the World Cup.
Well, you just touched on it there, and you may have seen a number of Charlton players of Jamaican heritage join together to donate to relief for Hurricane Melissa. Devastating news, and it is great, Liz, isn't it, to see so many people putting together to support Jamaica?
Oh, it's phenomenal, the amount of people that have come together and not only giving money, but giving food, clothes. I know there's banks all over the place, and I think in this sort of time, in this sort of area, it's nice to see that people have still got clean hearts and are looking to help people that are less fortunate than themselves. So yeah, it's really good. I hope it gets to the people that needs it as well. That's quite important.
Absolutely, and if you do want to donate, the details are on the club's website. Okay, we're nearly finished here now. We're just over the hour mark as well. We're ready for a little bit of injury time.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay with that? Because I do think we should look at the month ahead as well. Let's have a look at the fixture list, because it is very, very difficult indeed. Certainly the remaining games of November, and then you've got Middlesbrough in December as well. So Southampton, Stoke, Coventry, how well is Frank Lampard doing there? Portsmouth, and of course Middlesbrough as well. What sticks out for you, Brownie?
The horrible journey up to Stoke on a Tuesday night.
Is that for yourself, is it?
But can he co-commentate on a wet night in Stoke on a Tuesday?
We're talking about the team.
We're talking about the first team. Right. Oh, okay. Right. I thought you meant me personally. Right. No, Coventry City is going to be the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they're absolutely flying. I think Middlesbrough have a change of manager. It's here on a Tuesday night. You know, it's a good game. It's a big game. But I think that Coventry City away, Stoke City away, you know, they're two fascinating fixtures against two informed sides.
Yeah, what about you, Liz?
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm with Brownie as well. I think with all the injuries as well, you travel to Stoke away and you travel to Coventry away. If you've not got your full squad for those two games and you pick up a few more injuries, it becomes a little bit more worrying down towards the bottom of that. I think we need to maybe get through those games with our squad intact and then maybe go again after those two games.
The biggest thing for me is I think it's been a wonderful start to the season. And obviously, you know, losing to Wrexham was not ideal. Even if we don't pick up or hardly any points in the next 3 games, which are very difficult, I'm sure we will. But if we don't, it's not to panic and to still say, right, we go again. And I'm sure that's what will happen with Nathan and the boys. So it's important the fans realise, even if the next 3 results, which I think games are very difficult, that we make sure we're still 100% behind the team, and they will do that. Let's just finish on Southampton then. So it could be the highest attendance of the season on Saturday, and that will make a massive difference, won't it?
Yeah, it always does here. I think you read out the phenomenal record we have here at the Valley in recent times, and that will always play into like why we can win a game like West Brom in the 96th minute, because there still is that atmosphere in the ground. There's 22,000 people here. You know, I think Nathan will need all the support he can get for that one, and the boys will as well. But I just want to add a bit to what you were saying about those fixtures. We are in the Championship. I think people please don't forget the budgets we're up against here. All right, you've got a Coventry who are now investing heavily. You've got Southampton who've just come down from the Premier League with their parachute money. You know, Stoke have got one of the wealthiest owners. If she wants to put money in, she can. You know, and so if we do have a tough month, it's kind of what we were expecting. And I think the expectation levels have risen because of where we've got to in these early months. But when you look at that month with Middlesbrough, Stoke and Coventry, and then you look at Wrexham's budget last week, and let me tell you, if there's one thing that came out of that Wrexham game, with all the injuries we had, right, where they were last year, and they were a powerful squad last year, they've spent a small fortune, 60 million or something. They've got players on wages that are 5 times what some other players are earning here. And there was no difference. We've narrowed the gap in terms of the difference of the levels. They just had a bit more strength in depth, and we run out of steam. And we give away a terrible penalty. But please don't forget, you know, we're a bottom 5 budget, I think. Competing in the Championship, we came up late out of League One. So if we do have a rough month, you know, just make sure you keep it in perspective to where we've come from.
Point. And final one to you then, Liz. I mean, obviously Nathan will wants to win every game. This perhaps even more so, but he'll put that to one side. It's crucial we try and get back to winning ways as quickly as possible, because you mentioned about how ruthless and relentless the Championship is.
Yeah, no one wants to lose games. Yeah, I think it's quite important that we don't pick up more injuries. I think he'd probably be more worried about picking up injuries than... I think we've got enough points on the table now where we can say, all right, and just let's settle down a little bit. We're okay. Let's get a few more players and go again. I think if we haven't got these points, it becomes a little bit more worrying with the injuries and the fixtures that we've got. So I'm not really concerned about. I think we'll win Saturday, and then I think the other games are 3 hits. I think the other 2 games then are 3 hits, and then you're then looking at the squad coming back together.
Okay, chaps. We've missed Curbs, haven't we? But we got through it okay?
Yeah, just about.
I'm sure we'll see him next time. Absolute pleasure to see you. And fingers crossed, as tough as those next few games are in the month of November, we pick up as many as possible. Been an absolute pleasure, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.